With the systems that we live under driving us to ruin, I've contemplated why we don't ever think about overthrowing them instead of ceaselessly trying to reform them as we play by their rules. Propaganda is one reason, but another is that we are hyper-aware of a number of revolutions that failed to live up to their ideals, instead ending up with a new form of authoritarianism, and not particularly aware of the few that seem to be succeeding. So I observed the July 4th holiday 2 years ago by beginning a video series on the prerequisites for a successful revolution, what we can learn from the mistakes of those that have failed. So it's been a while since I've done one, but we're up to episode 8 now, and this is about the failure to build alternative institutions or a real plan to govern. I made a list of examples of what I mean by alternative structures in the book Blessed Disillusionment. Worker, consumer, and farmer cooperatives, community gardens and community clinics, schools and recreation programs run by parents, self-organized and self-policed encampments of unhoused people or squats in vacant properties, neighborhood public safety and conflict resolution groups created to reduce reliance on police and, where necessary, to protect people from them, new, bolder, and more democratic labor organizations, and community organizing for disaster preparation and relief. And you've probably heard about when disasters strike communities, people's ability to self-organize, to take care of themselves, their neighbors, their community, and meet the needs as best they can when necessity prompts. Revolution seems unthinkable without at least a skeletal framework of such organizations and structures in place. First of all, who's going to keep the water running and the electricity and the internet? What about the food distribution system? Not to mention maintaining order in our communities. Moreover, if a popular uprising in a crisis overthrows the old order before a skeletal framework of such institutions has been laid, we're in a situation where the people have no experience in governing themselves and running their communities truly democratic, and institutions and economic structures truly democratically. And beyond that, there's a power vacuum in which appeals to order seem to make perfect sense. And in that situation, institutions like Iran's clerical establishment, or more commonly, the military, step in. We can lay the groundwork, kind of groundwork that I'm talking about here. For, as the book puts it, this work is already happening in probably thousands of nearly invisible projects nationwide. There's also plenty of experience from other times and places on which to draw. But I think it's essential that some kind of an organization or network of organizations is developed by us to see that all bases are covered and to help spread experience, strength, and hope, as they say in 12-step recovery programs. We especially need to learn to start taking care of ourselves now that here in the US and in many other places we're living under fascist regimes working to consolidate their own power. If you want to see previous episodes about the prerequisites for a successful popular revolution that can actually make things better, just look at my profile for videos that have the title Revolution 2.0. Those start July 2nd, 2023. All the work that's being done by more conventional means right now to curb the worst abuses of our ruling classes is essential. And I know it can be a hard pill to swallow that we need to raise our sights towards building a massive, nonviolent movement for popular revolution. On the other hand, it gives us a way out.